So I went ahead and took the plunge and grabbed one of RTI's C-grade #1 Mark III's. They were advertised as missing a magazine and having some significant stock damage, as well as some potentially missing parts. I was a little apprehensive about getting one. However, given the price, I figured it was worth the risk. Worst case, it'd be a parts gun or perhaps a long-term project. But overall, I'm pretty happy with what I got. So I'll go ahead and run you through it, show you what I got. So starting with the butt stock, got both butt plate screws and a brass butt plate. The wood is filthy. It's covered in dirt and grime and grease. It's got a lot of dings in it. Looks like there's some kind of carving here. You can see the wood is worn here, as well as some gouging here. You can see here, I actually ended up getting a Lithgow. It's a 1924 dated, and it's a Mark III, which is pretty cool because I think Lithgow only made about 3,000 Enfields that year. So it's a pretty rare rifle to get. You can see it has the slot here for the magazine cutoff, as well as the screw looks like is still in there, but no cutoff. I do have a spare cutoff, so I might throw that in there. It doesn't have a magazine, but it was advertised that way. You can see the trigger guard's loose. Looks like the screw here broke off and is missing, so I'm gonna have fun having to remove that. The bolt is intact. Does appear to be operational. The bolt does not match the serial number of the rifle. So moving down the rifle, you can see the top handguard here looks pretty good. I don't see any significant damage or anything. It does look like it was repaired at some point, or at least reinforced. It does have both the ears on it. The top handguard here, however, is missing its ears, but generally it's complete. It does have some gouges and cuts in it here. Not really sure what caused that, but it does look like it was damaged. You can see on the underside, looks pretty decent. There's a little crack here. It does have the screw here. Curiously, it looks like this was filled in. There should be a screw here. It's stamped with the number 5, which is kind of odd. So I don't know if a Ethiopian armor or something did that. I'd be curious to see what it looks like under the wood. And it has the nose cap. It does have the Australian style screw in there. Typically with Lithgows though, you see it's cut out here, but it doesn't look like they did that. I wasn't able to see if the nose cap matches the rifle. I have to clean it off first. Definitely see more stock damage here. You can see where that chip is in the forend, as well as that gouge. Looking at the other side, it's also pretty filthy. Should clean up nice though. Generally the buttstock isn't in unusable condition, just a little banged up. You can see here, the other side of the forend here doesn't look too bad. Looks like they have updated their import mark. It's a little cleaner, a little smaller as well. And you can see here you got some inspection marks. It'll be interesting to see when I take it apart if it has any of the Australian markings on it. You can see moving down the rifle, it is complete and generally in reasonable shape. I did take a look at the bore and it actually looks pretty good. It's filthy, but when I clean it up, I should be able to get some good photos of it. It does look like it should clean up with a pretty nice bore. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this C grade. I think that for $199, it's certainly worth the price. I may have to do some work or replacement with the stock, but it does have a lot of the more expensive parts on there. So if you're on the fence about getting one of these, I'd say go for it. I mean, definitely temper your expectations. You may end up getting something a lot worse than this. There are C grades, so you could easily get something that is pretty much a parts gun or a wall hanger. That is always a possibility. But personally, getting a 1924 Lithgow in at least this level of condition, I think it's certainly worth it for the price that I paid. So in a future video, I'll go ahead and break this down, clean it up, and I'll kind of break it up into parts, and some of the work will take a while. So I'll probably do the cleanup first, and then I'll do the repairs and final restoration in a separate video. I do have some other videos coming out soon. I have a video on my K11 rifle that I've cleaned up. I also got a .38 pistol from Roll Tiger that I'll have a video on, and just some other projects I'll have in the works. So if you'd like to see those, feel free to subscribe and sign up for alerts. And as always, thank you for watching.